Oh my gosh. So this week was kind of stuck on what to do, and I usually plan it out on Mondays. And I wasn't feeling very inspired, and it took me a little bit. So when I get in those type of funks, I grab pieces that I know I'm going to be upcycling, like either, for instance, I have something like this right here. And I know I'm going to do something with this, most likely decoupage. So I would paint 2 coats of white on this, probably sand it down a little bit, and then set it aside. So that's what I had done Monday while I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for my videos. So you obviously earlier this week saw the collab, and today's video, I kind of took a cigar box. And wait until you see the finished results at the very end. I'm so excited to share it with you. I love it. My son's girlfriend was just here and was just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you guys, stick around to the very end. Let me know what you think. So I'm actually going to give you 2 projects today, and the first one is just a real quick, simple, fun project. I actually picked up these little wood pieces at Goodwill. I don't even remember how much they were, but we're going to go ahead and put 1 coat of vintage linen on one side of these. And while I am getting these all prepped, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. My name is Sandra, and I'm the owner here at Midwest Charm. And I specialize in repurposed, upcycled vintage home decor and all of your DIY needs. You can find all of my socials linked below, as well as the website linked below, www.midwestcharm.co. That's where I carry 2 different paint lines, DIY, Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. I carry Roycycled Treasures, I carry Iron Orchid Designs, and I carry Connie Lines and Designs. And I keep a list below of all of the items that I have used in today's video, linked below as well. So let's get back to it. You saw me use the Mister bottle. This is raw wood, and that just helps the paint go on smoother and a little bit easier. I have this beautiful background paper from Connie's Lines and Designs, and I'm just cutting this in half with an X-Acto knife, and then I'm going to decoupage one side on one house and one side on the other. And to do that, I use DIY liquid patina, and I put on a coat. I missed my paper. That helps to stretch the paper and activate all those little fibers. And then I use my brush to smooth it down. And then I'm going to do the same for the bottom half and for the other piece. This process is easier as you learn, but using rice paper is actually a great way to start decoupaging. It is so smooth and so easy to use. I realized that the placement was just off a little bit on the one side, and because this paper is so strong, I was able to completely peel it off and reapply it and smooth it all down with no tears, holes, nothing. It held up really well. For my third house, I'm going to be using a napkin that I got in the last swap from Cindy at CNC DIY Factory. And you just saw me there pulling off there are multiple plies. So I pulled off, there was actually 3 plies to this. So I pulled off the other 2 plies. You guys save those. I have a project coming up where I use the blank ply in my project, and it's beautiful. I'm going to go about decoupaging this the same way, but I'm not going to mist it because it is a napkin. And I just gently let that fall, and then I smooth out my napkin. Napkins do tear very easily. Do not overwork them. Lay it down, trust the process, and let it dry completely. They do tear, again, very easily because they're so thin, but they're so worth it. Napkins can be so beautiful and so pretty on used as decoupage. And paint the backs of these with a coat of aviary from DIY. The green matches both the stems of the flowers and the green in Connie's paper. I did not get video of that or of me sanding off the edge. But here are my finished pieces. Project number 2 is our cigar box, you guys. I had this little bag, and if you guys watch my thrift hauls, they're actually like little buckets. And I just took my Titebond Quick and Thick and I glued each one around the edge. You can kind of see where the wood was attached, and I kind of used that for my guide as to where to place these. I glued these on and I just left this to sit and dry. It only takes about really 20 minutes for this to really set up nice and good. I wouldn't like try knocking them off or anything, but it was definitely sturdy enough at that point to go ahead and get this finished. And as I said before, on Monday I had started to prep pieces, and this was one. So on the top of this, I painted it with vintage linen, and I just put on one coat. And I pull out my Roycycled Treasures paper. This is Burlap Roses. It's one of her new spring release pieces. You guys, I love, 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 love this paper. And I don't know why I haven't used it again since the release. So this was a no-brainer for me. I go ahead and use my liquid patina, and I'm going to mist my paper. I'm going to smooth this down with my hand and then go in with my brush and smooth it out if I feel I need to. And gently, when I have a wrinkle, I just gently pull it up and lay it back down. And that's pretty dang smooth, wrinkle free there. And then I'm going to go ahead and place more liquid patina, mist the rest of the paper, and then smooth this down the same way and put a good coat of liquid patina on top of this, and then set it aside to dry completely before our next step. I love the paper. This paper comes in 2 halves. One is like a bigger format and one is smaller. This is the smaller side, and you really can see the burlap in the background on this, and it gives it that added texture that I just love. Next, I'm going to take out that same aviary paint that I used on the houses. I'm going to give the bottom and the little feet that I made for this box one coat, and then the rest of this box, the sides and the little edging, 2 coats. And this goes on pretty smooth. It's all nice and flat and doesn't like, it had a finish on it, so it didn't like totally absorb. And then we're going to take our finger sander, which is linked below. It's one of my Amazon affiliate links. And just go in a downward motion all around the edges. And as you can see, this peels right off. It makes your cleaning these edges super duper duper easy. And now we're going to go in and finish off the sides and the edge, and these will get 2 coats each. And then we're going to let this dry completely. And I do go in, and I don't think I got video of it, but I do go in with a baby wipe and do some wet distressing, and I clean up the inside lip of our box here so that all of the excess paint is removed from it. And here I'm just going around the edge. There's like a little angled edge on this, and I did have some white paint on it, so I'm just going over that spot when you see me doing those really short strokes there. And then I am avoiding the brass latch and the back hinges, because I got the back hinges, I just wiped them off with the baby wipe when we were done. It's what I love about this DIY paint, is it's so easy to clean up and wet distress with. And last but not least, since DIY paint needs to be sealed, we are going to go in with clear wax. I'm going to put this all over the entire piece, including the top, which has been sealed in already with some liquid patina, but I'm also going to apply dark wax on the edges of the top of the box and then the whole rest of the box. So we're going to add the clear first so that we have more ability to move the dark around. And then we're just going to go in after it has sat on there for a little bit and wipe off any excess and buff the finish to how you want it. I did not get video footage of the dark wax seal. Just have to trust me that I did it. And then check out our final pictures. I don't even think you would know that this was once a cigar box. It turned out so precious, and it would be so good for just this cute little keepsake for just about anybody. It's, my girls here loved it. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. What do you think? Was it as good as I let it up to be? I had the idea of throwing those little feet on there, and I think it just totally transformed it into the most perfect little like keepsake box. Before, it just really had that I'm a cigar box look, and I think I really did transform it. I don't know. You guys let me know below what you think of my transformation. I obviously used one of my favorite recycled papers from her last release, which I love. And that's my video for this week. So we have some crazy weeks coming up here for April and May, and I'll keep you guys apprised of that as we go along. Next week we will have Tuesday and Friday, and then we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Again, everything can be found that I used linked below and on the website www.midwestcharm.co, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.